And I think that my next guest, John Brewer, knows exactly what I'm talking about because he has been out there on the streets every single day talking to restaurant owners and supporting local restaurants. He and it's all about two dads. There were two dads that thought of this idea, and they called it the socially distanced supper club. When restaurants had to close, they wanted to do everything they could to support local restaurants. They came up with this idea, and I honestly, they saved dozens and dozens of local restaurants. They've been on the Today Show now. They've been written up in the Palm Beach Post and several other publications. And it all just took off from an idea. I love that. John Brewer, welcome to Taste Local. How are you?
Opa!
Opa! Yama!
Yamas!
Are you
Yamas!
drinking?
I got a little water here, but I'll cheers with you. Yamas!
Water too. It's a little too early to start.
Just a little bit, yeah. Got 2 more hours, right?
Tell me, is it fun? Yeah, exactly. Tell me about the socially distanced supper club. What was the emphasis of the idea?
So he called me up March 14th. I think everybody remembers March 13th when the world kind of changed forever. Called me up and said, anything we can do for these restaurants. And he knows me. I'm a commercial broker. I work with restaurants. I do restaurant leases. I've been in the business over 40 years. And I just started to think about it after we got off the phone. I started to think about if we could use a catering model, basically. So front load the restaurants. So instead of people just opening their doors, not knowing how much food they need, how much labor they need, because no one really knew. Everything just kind of went from, I'm open, like the folks who were just on doing a great dine-in service. And now all of a sudden, nobody's allowed in my restaurant. I got to switch to go, take out, pick up, delivery, whatever it may be. So the idea was to take a few of the items off of the menu or do like a group meal, something that's a little out of the norm for the restaurant, and advertise that, say, on a Sunday. And everybody would pick it up on a Monday. And that was
Facebook.
The idea.
So it was on Facebook. So it was free to the restaurants.
Yes.
And it was just like this whole social thing. And it took off, man. It took off. How many fans on the main Facebook page now? So
on Delray Beach, we just passed 14,000. We've got chapters going all over the place. We're about 100,000 now nationwide. Different people doing different things with it, but the whole idea has always been the same. It's to try to help as many restaurants as quick as we can.
It's taken me 7 years to get to 10,000 on Local Dine's page.
Me too. I've been doing the same thing on YouTube as a realtor, South Florida restaurant. And here this idea comes out, and it really has. It's amazing to watch how it's taken off. It's just nothing we ever expected.
Well, I think the public really does want to support local. And I've been screaming this for 18 years. Dine out, save money, support local is one of our taglines. But I think now more than anything, the public realizes why it's so important to support local restaurants and local businesses in general.
Absolutely. You're not buying a CEO's third house. You're buying a little girl's dance lessons when you shop local. That's the best way to look at it is, you're buying a kid's Little League uniform. It's not buying some guy's beach house. So
exactly.
I think that's one of the things that's come out of this. I think we're going to bring our manufacturing back, hopefully. And I think what's going to happen is you're going to see people tighten that circle a little more. I want to know the guy that's making my vegetables or that's growing my vegetables, which a lot of restaurants were doing. But with the mom and pops especially, we've kind of created this platform. A lot of the mom and pops don't have the budget to really do social media, or they don't have the savvy for it.
The time.
What's that?
Or the time. It's a lot.
Exactly. Running a restaurant is so time intensive. You're looking at 60 to 80-hour weeks. I know that from experience.
Yeah.
So we sit there and have to learn this new thing called social media, which has ins and outs. And you get it. It's like, is this hashtag working? Why did this one work versus that one? Analytics. Oh, humor's working. Oh, it's not working. Sexy works. Whatever. You're kind of always trying to find out what works for you. They don't have the time. They're too busy making great food for us to eat.
Exactly. Back in the olden days when restaurants used to open up, I'm talking about back in the 80s, they would open a restaurant, They would make great food. They would give good service, and they'd take an ad out in the newspaper. And that was all. That's all they had to do. But now there's social media, and there's Instagram, and there's Facebook, and there's YouTube, and there's this, and there's that. All they want to do is serve great food and give great service.
Yeah.
And
well, the good news is, the good news is it's cheaper this way.
Cheaper.
If you do the organic route, you can actually make a bigger impact. We're doing Facebook Lives at these restaurants.
I know.
We're getting them 5,000 eyeballs in 3 days.
That's incredible.
It's incredible. And these, the number one, to what you were saying before in the other interview, or the beginning of the show, that's the best compliment we get is, hey, I've lived here 10 years. I've driven by that place so many times and never thought to stop in. And now it is my go-to place. Flybird is one of those stories where people just didn't know about him. Now he's selling out pot pies every Tuesday and Wednesday. So there's been a lot of great stories, and we kind of stumbled on this platform,
and he just opened kind of recently too, before this thing hit, Flybird.
Yeah, I think he was about a year and a half, somewhere around there. Just starting to get some wheels under him, just starting to get a good momentum. But he said with everything that we've been able to help do, and with him doing, kind of partnering up, and that's really what it is. The restaurants have to take some action. We're just all volunteers. We only have so much bandwidth. So we try to coach them, we try to get it going, but it's really on the restaurants to kind of figure this out. Yeah. And he was great at it. He did his pot pies from when he did 9/11 down in when he was in New York, and he was at a restaurant in Wall Street, and it closed down. So we started making pot pies for all the workers because it was a great comfort food. So he saw me do a show saying, hey, listen, guys, comfort food's what it's all about right now. We have restaurants that were selling meatloaf and selling out, so fried chicken, all that stuff. So he was like, I'm going to do my pot pies. And I'll be damned. He made 150 and sold them out in like 2 hours.
Wow. Yeah. And fried chicken during COVID has been like the new avocado toast. Have you noticed that? I mean, everybody's doing fried chicken now. Voodoo
Bayou up by you is killing it too.
Yes, killing it with it. And Table 26 too, with their fried chicken. That's not what they were known for, but it's all about comfort food.
It is. And it's about pivoting, and a lot of these restaurants are getting it. The ones who get it are getting it.
Yes. So what have you learned? Now that restaurants are coming out and they're able to open again, they still, please know, and I've heard you say it on your daily morning updates, please know that this ain't over. This is just a beginning. Now it's really time to support these restaurants. What have you learned? What would you like the public to know that, what do we need to do?
Well, we've had some decent stories, and, we like successes, but the truth is most of these restaurants, even the ones that we are feeling good about, they're doing about 20% of what they would normally do. But 20% means that they're going to be able to pay the rent. It means they're going to be able to keep their closest staff, and it means that they'll have a fighting chance coming out of this. We found with a lot of the mom and pops that we really excel with this particular platform. Like Papa's Tapas is a great example. They only seat like about 80 people. So we got them going with a to-go takeout model, which took up about half of the restaurant to execute all. That's a lot of bags coming in and out, a lot of curbside, a lot of action. So people that were dining in might not feel comfortable because it's just not a big enough space. You're dealing with maybe 20. I think she was able to seat like 18 people on the inside at 25%. So let's say 36 people in that space. Plus she's trying to do a vigorous pickup to go. It's just got a lot of challenges to it. So these restaurants that are 2,500 square feet and under, that's like 100, 125 and under, they're really not able to do the dine-in unless the city lets them seat outside, go into the parking lot, maybe things like that, which, a lot of cities have done it. Boca's done it. West Palm Beach has done it. I haven't been there yet, but I've heard they've done it, and they've had some pretty good success.
Yeah. And just like the couple that I had on before, Maria and Tom, Papa's Tapas, that is, the family is right there. Annie's there. Papa is there making the paella. Doesn't that just that's what keeps me going, is to help these people, just get their wonderful food out and help them live their passion. That's what keeps me going.
So one of the best moments dealing with Papa's Tapas, we went in there and We went there for the Facebook event that they did. Facebook did like a little promo, and one of our volunteers did a great job taking photos and everything. So we went in there. It was like the first time I got to see him. And Rosa went up to him and said, "Do you know who that guy is?" And he goes, "I know that guy. He's the guy that saved my restaurant." And
oh, wow.
So we sat down, and he's got his broken English, and I've got my non-existent Spanish pretty much, and kitchen Spanish, which I think we all learn if you're in the business. But we were able to have a great little conversation and just the eye contact. And here's a guy who's in his 70s, and he cooks paella, and it was just one of those moments I'll never forget.
Yeah, Papa's Tapas is in Delray and Pineapple Grove. Where's Flybird?
Flybird on Linton. Right across from Trader Joe's on basically between the Intercoastal and Federal Highway.
Okay, the new Caesar's Ribs has been killing it because of you. The rib place, Caesar.
Oh, Caesar's is a great story. Yeah, Caesar's was he's been taking 3 years to get into the spot where he's been. He's had issues with permitting. He's had issues just seemed like he wasn't catching a break anywhere. And he was just getting ready. They're still working on it right now during the week. But he was doing about 100 dinners, maybe 100. And we found out about him. A friend of mine who I actually played football with in high school was like this guy, Caesar. And I had seen him on the side of the road. He used to have his own he used to cook right on the side of the road in Federal Highway, cooks out of churches. But yeah, he's gone from 100 to 503 dinners, I think he did last Saturday. It's just he's been such a great story. He's become a personal friend. And just great community stuff.
And he was able to hire some people back?
He just hired 3 more people because he felt bad over the weekend, Memorial Day. He said I was a little slow on Saturday, got backed up a little more than I wanted to. But that's that's the thing. These restaurants are learning, and I try to coach the members to be patient. It's one thing. It's one thing when you hire too many staff. I think you'll notice as a restaurant person, you can always hire too many staff, but then you're paying for labor, and there goes your money out the window. So you're kind of running this tight enterprise right now, and you think you're going to do a certain amount, but then you find out, you get your butt handed to you. We call it in the weeds. And it happens. It's a good thing for a business, but you don't want to lose any customers. So they're walking that fine line. Came right out, admitted it, said it. He's like, "Listen, the great part is I'm able to hire 3 more people." And these restaurants don't know what they're doing day to day. You really don't know. You don't know who's going to go out. People feel better. They feel worse. There's a vaccine. There's not a vaccine. People have different comfort levels. It's just all over the place right now.
Exactly. And have you seen anything like the new and innovative, like I said earlier, when I saw the bill at Very Fresh, had the QR code on, we can pay right with our phone on the bill. Are you seeing more and more restaurants doing that down here?
Absolutely, 100%. Everybody's getting in on that. Crazy Uncle Mike's, we went there the other day for brunch, and they're doing that. Basically, your menu pops up on your phone, paying through the phone, no touch. I think that's definitely going to be the wave. Toast and some other people have got involved with online ordering. They're making the online experience, which used to be an afterthought for some restaurants. They realize now, instead of it being 10%, it's going to be 35%, at least for the foreseeable future right now. So everybody's pivoting, and that's one of the biggest ways to pivot is eliminate as many touch points as you can. So we tell people with the Supper Club, well, we don't handle any money per se with the Supper Club. We just kind of drive the business, but we tell them, get that money up front, get the payment up front, not just for your security, but that's one less touch point. Nobody, servers coming out with a bag of food, then taking your credit card, putting it in a check holder, bringing it back out. There's just all this potential contamination there. So as much of that as you can eliminate, it's like I said the other day, people are going to go somewhere for a mediocre burger if they know it's no touch and clean versus the best burger in town, but they're a little unsure of
absolutely.
That's going to be the trade-off.
Yep, and it's gonna be like that for a while. Well, John, thank you so much for this time today. You've saved restaurants, like Papa said, at Papa's Tapas. And I want people to know, if they haven't found you guys yet, Socially Distanced Supper Club. Not Google it. Put it in Facebook in a search. You'll find a chapter, and just, you could, all these restaurants will pop up and all these different days that you can go to these restaurants. You can go to the restaurants every day, but with the way you've created it was genius.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, Taylor.
Yes. I wish I had thought of it, damn it.
Too funny.
We're all working for the same cause, right?
That's it, man. Help these restaurants out. They need it right now.
Keep them open. # too small to fail.
That's
John,
it.
thank you so much and continued success. Keep giving the good fight. Keep doing what you're doing. I know it's taken a lot of time.
Thank you very much, Taylor. I appreciate it. Great to have people like you on our side.
Thank you. Take care.